You've seen, read about the carrying angle. Carrying angle was something we looked at in the late 90s, early 2000s in Dr. Job's biomechanics lab. It's the angle of the forearm, 90 degrees to the ground. It's out of 1865 medicine. I'm not going to go into all the details of it. But we've watched it, looked at it, and how it shows up in the golf swing. There's an ebook, Power of Angles. It's all about the carrying angle, so please check out that ebook. I'll attach a copy of that in the descriptions here, the description section of this video. So now Jeff has done his upper core right balance 4-way express. He's used a handle size at 14 inches, tape on both fingers. And we're talking now about stance width. We know that your upper core player has a narrower stance and your lower core player has a wider, and your mid core or interior zone is in between the posterior and anterior. So we're testing here a few moments ago. Jeff, would you please go? Jeff said, I feel my best at 16 inches. And interestingly, Kevin Stadler and Colin Montgomery tested both of them. They both played their irons from 16. But that fit the old patterns.
And I always played too wide.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just of late, since the last time you came up, I've really narrowed up and hit the driver farther and hit the irons better from 16.
So when we look at this angle, I've looked at this angle for years but couldn't figure it out. So Jeff, if you'd set your, well, first of all, let's measure
for the camera. Yeah.
Okay. So to measure the angle, student has to be in balance. It's got to be after the right balance 4-way express. We know everything is square.
And my weight is forward.
Yeah, and we're going to get maximum here.
And then you just
we're going to get the most accurate.
That.
And so Jeff, and we're putting this up Jeff's forearm. There's a bubble here that tells me that's 90 degrees to the ground. So when I look at it, it's 162.9, 163. We were talking yesterday, how many years ago we measured this? Close to 10?
Yeah.
10, and Jeff said, well, I've always been 163, and sure enough.
I'm still 163.
Still 163.
I haven't changed.
No.
Yeah.
So 163, go ahead, Jeff, and set up in your posture if you would. Upper core, no knee flex.
Okay.
Bends from the knees, add just a little bit of knee flex. And we see 163 on his thigh angle. No matter who you measure, the spine angle is going to be greater, but the carrying angle will always be the thigh angle. Let's do that one more time. And when we look at Jeff now at 16 inches, and we look at the thigh angle this way, that bubble is centered and it's going right down his thigh.
It matches.
Matches.
Yep.
And Jeff, let's check the power.
Okay.
So the way we check power, to the top, and start down, and he could put me on the floor if I let him go any further.
Yep.
Okay, we're going to move out to 17.
1 inch.
1 inch wider.
1 inch.
And we're going to measure your thigh angle.
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
And I'll measure both. He still has the angle set here, but you can see now down the thigh, you can actually see on the camera how far that the 90 degrees is well.
It's totally changed.
1 inch and it changed dramatically. Go ahead and take it to the top. Start down. And I can take him out of this. So you can determine your student's stance width for power using the carrying angle now. That's after the right balance, 4-way express, measuring the carrying angle, and then setting the thigh angle for maximum power.
I look back on all the times that I played wider thinking I was going to have more power and struggled with the driver because I was wider.
Yeah.
You look at Dustin Johnson, he's really wide, he's lower core.
Well, we've always known that, we've known about the carrying angle showing up throughout the swing.
Yeah.
And been trying, now that we've done the right balance 4-way express, yeah, you can be as wide as you want with tape on one foot. And you don't have one either.
I'm done with the tape.
No, but his hips are square.
I'm square, yeah.
And because he's done the express, he does have a very defined stance width that you want to be able to practice.
And I've practiced 16 a lot because I putt from 16. That's my favorite. It just feels good to putt from 16. So I just walk up. I know that 16 Whoa, but now I've been hitting driver, hitting everything more narrow, and it's just better. I turn better, easier, less pressure.
Montgomery putted from 16 and he hit irons from 16. We didn't get to his driver, so I don't know what he did there. Kevin always was 16.
What if I go to 22? That's where I played my driver forever.
Okay.
Okay.
Hold on. Let's measure your.
Yeah.
Go
Okay.
ahead and set your posture. I have 163 set here, not even close.
Not even close.
Yeah.
Is the angle still the same on the side? Should be.
Yeah, your thing was still 163.
Okay.
Take it to the top. Start down. No power.
No wonder I can't hit anywhere from that distance. It's crazy.
And it doesn't mean that every upper court player
Right.
is going to be at 16 inches. You look at Jeff's height, his torso length to leg length. All of these are factors in setting. So what we're looking at is the angle of the thigh 90 degrees to the ground.
Right.
Okay?
And by doing that, you can zero in on where their best power spot is.
Well, this angle is the angle of maximum rotation,
Yeah.
and it's the angle of power.
Yeah.
We've known that
Yeah.
for years by
Right.
being able to determine where you need to be. So we are back to a particular stance with the practice.